Ladies, gentlemen, and lowlifes, welcome to a very special episode of the Emo Brown Podcast. Today, we are joined by the one, the only, P.O.D.
Inchy BJ. You managed to make it creepier and weirder every time.
It's the camera. It's the camera. It's the mustache. It's me.
I'm saying it's you, fool. You look like Jeffrey Dahmer's little sister right now, dog.
Hey, it's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Emo Brown Podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at Tribal Silk Cloud. Oh, this fool, you just jumped over the rest. Nice. Brought to you by Tribal Streetwear since 1989, just 3 short years before these fine gentlemen came together. For all your Tribal Click worldwide gear, make sure you guys cruise it to the lower left. Pay Theo Bobby a visit. He'll probably talk shit to you. He's a bully, dog. He's a fucking bully. Big ups to Bobby in Japan right now. But yes, one thing you said that was very true in that intro, we do have P.O.D. here today, bro. Little background on that. 1992, these gentlemen came together to create the nucleus of what is now known as some of fucking South San Diego, California's best musicianship around, dog. Ladies and gentlemen, you know those pinches vatos de payable on death, homie. Bro. To my left, and I'm gonna start with you. Up? Because these guys, I've had them individually, bro. I'm on P.O.D. overload right now. I've had Sonny here before. We've had Pinche Marcos like 7 times, bro. He keeps saying, hey, I need to come on and promote my fucking EDM shows. I said, all right, cool, I got you, dog. I said, I got you. And I pay those. But today, Trey, dog, it's a pleasure to meet you, brother. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's good to be here, man.
Big fan
Big Nay.
Big fan of you
Trey
playing
Daddy.
bass, bro. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Trey.
I'm from Cleveland originally.
Nice.
I moved out here in probably like 90, 91. My family moved from Cleveland to San Diego in 1986, I think it was. But I went to the military. And then when I got out, I ran into their uncle. I was playing in a funk band with their uncle. And I used to come watch these guys play back when they were kids. You know what I mean? So I'm like, Sal would be like, hey, man, I'm going to go see my nephews play at the whatever house or whatever, and we would come see these dudes play. And I remember seeing them think, dude, this is pretty cool. Back then, they were pretty hardcore too. So I was like, I never experienced the style of music, man, but I mean, it's pretty out there. So, you know, we just kind of met that way, and I think you guys had a gig to do, and you guys lost your bass player. They had a bass player they had for probably about a year before I got with the band.
Yeah.
Just came in and said, my turn.
Nah, it's some history around what happened there, man. But I mean, he just decided not to
quit.
be in the band anymore.
No,
He
Trey
quit,
came in and
basically.
said, that's my spot.
Oof.
That's his spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Marquitos here again. Bro.
DJ
Look at
Marquito,
you, bro. I feel like you're drinking water from the fountain of youth. Or maybe I'm high. I don't know. It's nice to have you back either way, Michael.
You know what?
Well, bro.
This is like family here. Carrilla upon carrilla.
Yes, and it won't stop.
But that's all love, you know?
Yes, sir.
That's what we do on the road. A lot of people have this, you know, this image of who they think P.O.D. is. But if you know about the South Bay and you know about the Raza, there's a lot of that in P.O.D. when we're on tour.
Well, we'll get into that. We'll
And,
get
you
into
know,
that. We'll
and
get
you know
into
what?
that.
Coming on the Emo Brown show for what? Like my 5th time?
I guess, bro.
I don't even know.
Sheesh.
I need to know the episode numbers of the ones
I
that
got
was
you.
on, but
The plaque is in the mail.
Yeah. Frequent flyer, DJ Marquitos.
But yeah, you know, it's like family, man. Thanks for having us.
Oh man, this is an open door for you guys always, bro. Real talk. Like we're big fans, not only of what you guys have done and represented for our community, for our demographic. It's like it's truly awesome to finally get a chance to know you guys and just like shoot the shit with you and get a chance to talk crap about you and your Chelsea loving teams and all that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, also joining us today on the cancel couch, not gonna get canceled today. The big homie Sonny Sandoval, bro. Shit, welcome back, sir. ¿Cómo estamos? What's
Sonny,
good?
Dougie. Thanks,
Cancel
Dougie.
culture, baby. Let's
Cancel
go.
couch.
Cancel
Yeah.
couch,
Cancel
bro.
couch.
Today is the cuddle couch.
Today it is the cuddle couch. You guys are hella close to each other,
Trying to
dude.
make out on the couch.
What's good in your life these days, sir?
Just getting ready for the holidays.
Yes.
We've been touring all year and just got back from South America. We played a last minute show at Petco with Sublime with Rome, Switchfoot, and what else?
How was that? How was that show, man?
That was awesome.
How do you guys love playing at Petco? Like that must be
It's
fucking.
dope.
man.
That's dope. All the whole Padres organization and stuff. They're always good to us, and it was all just family and friends hanging out. So it was a good time.
all San Diego bands on there, bro. Like fucking Switchfoot,
yeah.
Sublime. Rome rather. He's from Chula Vista.
He claims.
That's
That's what he
I-
claims. Yeah,
Yeah. I heard we're gonna have to run a hood check on him real
Right?
quick.
His nephew or niece went to
Good
a
check.
YMCA summer camp that I worked, and he picked them
Where
up.
there's he's got hood checked right now. Fucking
Oh,
BJ
that's
has all the info on
Got
it.
the two.
That's awesome, man. But this is his last tour. I keep hearing that. That's Yastuo. Like
That's
this-
what it was, yeah.
That was the last show right there.
He had
Cali show.
commitments.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now they're letting the young.
As Sublime with Rome. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I'm excited to get in here. I want to talk about all things POD, past, present, and future. What's going on? You guys have side projects as it relates to DJ Marquitos. And every time I turn on, you're jumping on new tracks and kind of like doing appearances.
Yeah.
What do you do on the side, man?
Tell them the truth, Trey.
We want the truth, Trey.
Can't handle the truth.
Well, I live in Tennessee now.
Yes.
I moved in Tennessee 2018. I've been working with some artists back there too. You know, I have a studio. I've been doing, just play bass on a few different people's records and stuff like that. I was working with a band that had like 4 musicians from another band, and it was a side project that was probably a few years ago, and that was like a heavy rock project.
All right.
My passion though really is with like funk and like jazz and stuff like that. So I've been working on a
Five-string
project more. I've been kind of gearing towards sliding more towards that side.
Wearing the production hat, doing that.
Just writing music. I've done a little bit of licensing and stuff like that.
Okay. How does you living in Tennessee affect the dynamic of the band as it relates to writing new material or playing shows? Is it a hassle to get everyone together, or is
quite
it?
a commute.
Now it's
we
like
just have to plan it out.
We just have to plan it. I miss it though
Yeah.
because we would hook up all the time and just like
Yeah, last
on a-
minute,
like, hey
easy.
man, let's get together and like lay down some ideas. And
Or did we?
boom, in the studio? Or what?
or did we?
Or did we? Or did we? Me and you hooked up a few times, Marcos.
Yeah, we
Came
would
over to the house and
we would
just
jam and just. Even now though, with the internet, we can throw ideas.
we can
around
throw
and
ideas
kinda
around. I
do
miss San Diego though. This is
Yeah.
home, man. I mean, it's like I
But
love
if we're playing
Tennessee,
shows or touring, then Trey's got to fly in.
I got to fly in.
Get a few days of
Yeah.
practice.
But we've been doing this so long.
I was
man,
gonna
it's
say, like, how much practice is really
I
needed?
mean,
Well, it's more for memory.
yeah,
Muscle memory.
knock the dust off.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Peace of mind too.
Peace of
just
mind too.
yeah.
Running through it.
You know, it's funny because I think Trey's, a lot of people don't know this about him, but he's a very hands-on, technical person when it comes to like gear, when it comes to production and just frequencies. And a lot of people don't know that. So like when we have issues in our studios at home, we're like, hey Trey, so I'm having this issue on this one thing. And Trey's just like, he'll talk shop. So sometimes I have to joke around and be like, hey Trey, I don't want to talk shop right now, dog.
He'll shut me down.
And
sometimes.
Trey's like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you're right. Let's not talk shop. But if you need anybody to talk shop, knows his
That's your
stuff,
guy.
I'm your guy.
Trey is the guy.
Slide into those DMs.
There's always that dude in the band, though,
What
bro.
time gear?
Every band needs that guy that knows exactly what's going on and how to fix shit.
Nah,
bro.
but Trey's the all-around hands-on guy.
Yeah?
Me and Trey were on tour underneath RV,
Changing transmissions.
changing
and stuff.
transmissions and
Shit,
oil
bro.
Yeah,
pans
we
and
we
stuff.
used to get dirty.
Yeah.
I remember coming to Marcos' house. We had rehearsal and he couldn't make it. He was under his IROC.
Like bitchy Camaro.
He had an IROC. man. And he was like, I was like, what you doing, man? He's
I
like,
did.
Man,
I
the
had him
transmission's messed up. So I climbed under him. We was both getting dirty. I'm like,
Did you figure it out or what?
Yeah.
The IROC's evil?
Change-
You and Billy Madison? Okay.
T-tops. He had
dog.
T-tops and everything.
Hey,
It was
changed
sick.
up
It was
the
sweet.
Changed
It
up
was
the
sweet.
freeze plugs, baby.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah, bro. 1992 is a long time ago, man. 1992 is a long time ago, sitting here in 2024, looking back on that. What do you reflect on? What do you look at as the like the highs, the most exciting things, the most memorable moments? Is there something that stands out to each of you of like being in the band now 32 years, going on 33, bro? Is there a favorite album? Is there a favorite song?
I mean, it's a lot, man. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
the most memorable times I remember is the first tours we did when it was just raw. I mean, we didn't even have vans or anything. We had a Chevy S10 and like a Grand Am, and we were going all the way to
rent.
St. Petersburg, Florida, from San Diego. That was a trip.
How long
First
was
show.
that drive, man?
It was hours, dude. But it was fun to me. Like when I think about those times, those are the greatest times of touring
Yeah.
back then, man.
We took the homie BJ. He had a pickup truck.
S10.
Yeah, our equipment was
Packed
still
all
out
our
the back
gear
of
in
it.
there, and we drove
Bonnet
two
truck.
vehicles.
2 vehicles.
His
A
truck
Ford
and a-
Explorer.
Yeah.
Those were the first
Those were the
first
good days,
tours,
man.
the
I mean-
grinding, the cutting of the teeth on the road.
I mean,
94.
It
Yeah.
don't
And
get
then we
better
got
than
our
that.
first major record deal in 97.
Right.
We didn't actually pencil it in till what, 99.
Yeah.
Or no, we put our first
Late
record out
98,
99. Yeah, 98.
When did you guys realize you had something? When did you realize, oh shit?
I think early on, because I don't think we would have, if we didn't see any progress or promise, I don't think any of us would have quit our jobs. We started going to different shows in different cities, and we saw, oh man, last time we were here, there was 10 people here. Now there's 110 people here.
Yeah.
And so we kept going to different cities and then returning and then going, wow, now there's 500 people here. And that's, for me personally, that's when I thought like, yo, we're doing something right.
We were touring till about 96 when we all looked at each other and said, because we would tour during the summer, do a few weeks, but we'd have to take vacation time from our normal jobs.
Yeah.
And so we would go out in the summer. By the time 96 came, we were already able to get booked like all, throughout the States. So that's when we looked at each other and said, we can actually tour all year long, just selling our merch and our tapes.
Making money.
And we can do, well, I don't know about making money.
Self-sustainable.
But yeah, we can survive, you know what I mean? And so we all quit our jobs at that point, and Trey had the most promising job.
At the time,
Yeah, what were the jobs that you guys
Trey
all
was
left?
hands-on, dude. Like I said.
When I was in the Air Force, I was an avionics technician. So I was the electronics guy. So when I got to San Diego, when we were with the band, I had a job working at a company called Eaton Leonard. I was a systems technician. So they would build a machine, assembly. They would come to me, and I have to power it up and get everything working for the customer.
All right.
So I had a job. And they were, not that these guys didn't, but I had a job.
And he had a wife and 2 kids.
And a wife and 2
Well,
kids.
it was
So I had
more of a
corporate job.
career,
I had
right?
It was a
responsibilities,
career,
bro.
yeah.
You had a
career.
corporate job with benefits and the whole nine. So the hardest part, what they were just talking about right now, was like, us seeing the band go from like playing in front of 5 people to playing in front of like 500 people or 50 to 100. I had to convince my family that was happening. They didn't get it. They just saw me leaving. They just like, I was the butt of jokes during Thanksgiving and Christmas. And they just did not see it happening, but I saw it happen. So I quit my job in 96, and I had an offer to, either be a full-time employee, annual salary, or
Career time.
it was career time. It was. I was
Yeah,
at
if
a
I'm not
crossroads.
mistaken, I think they had offered you a promotion.
It was 70 grand.
Like a promotion,
It was
too,
a
like a-
promotion. But to be a
So
service
he's looking at
technician.
us like, yo,
There was a crossroad in our band, so I was like, do I stay at the company or do I go do the music? And I was like, you know what? I'm doing the music.
Good for you, man.
And we didn't struggle, but for about 2 years after that, we were kind of still building
More
to
than
get to
that,
Atlantic,
yeah,
maybe 3. Bro, man, I was getting annihilated by the family.
But when it hit,
because nobody saw it coming.
Yeah.
And then we got our first gold record. It was like, oh,
yeah. But
that
we
was
would,
gratification for
we
me.
would
dude.
we
I
would
was
hit
like,
up
yeah.
it was Western Union back then. So
Yeah.
on the road,
Damn,
like say
hell
we
yeah.
had a good night with like merch.
Yeah.
We always knew the cities that would do well for us, and we'd sell a bunch of merch. And then the next day, if we had like a few $100 in our pocket, we'd all go to Western Union
was
and
rolls
send it
of
home
money, dude.
immediately.
Yeah.
It was rolls,
Yeah.
man. We felt like drug dealers, just right in the pocket, just like that.
It was not that, but
But it went straight to we went
It
to Wells
depends.
Fargo.
If we did a festival and we would sell all our merch out,
yeah.
and then we'd
Yeah,
have
we had a
we'd
few
each
grand in our
be like
pocket.
I remember this one time we flew home from that festival.
Ay, perdón.
and we were counting the money on the plane.
Yeah.
And then here's your stash, Marcos.
It was like that big.
And then I'm all, wow, dude.
Good on you, man. Those are. What did you leave behind? What did you turn your back on career-wise when you decided to jump all in?
You know what? I was always dreaming big.
Yeah.
And always I want to play music for a living. That's my dream. So if I had to pursue it, I'm a lifer. You know what I mean? Kind of a deal. So I'm a couple years younger than everybody here, and it was always like, well, that's what I want to do, and hopefully it happens. But I'm gonna get a job, and I worked at 7-Eleven across from
7-Eleven?
Southwestern
Till it
College.
got robbed.
Oh, okay.
And then I got robbed.
I'm out.
Well, here's the thing. I was covering a guy. I was doing the night the graveyard shift. And I got robbed by 3 Bloods from L.A.
Aquí en Chula Vista.
Yeah,
Across-
they came down here to rob a bunch of AM PMs in 7-Eleven, and that happened to be one of the stores.
Damn.
They hurt all the other clerks. They didn't touch me. I was playing Sade's,
Smooth
Lovers
up.
Rock or whatever,
Rock.
and I had my Oakland A's hat on, green, little like 7-Eleven button-up shirt.
All matchy.
And they all walked in and they were like, open the safe. I can't, because it's a timer.
Uh-huh.
And then I was training the guy. He was in the back. that was one of my first jobs, and then I ended up working at.
And he quit the next day.
Did you really?
I did because I was getting $5.75 an hour, and I'm like, to get a shotgun put to my chest.
It's like, no.
And the
I'm gonna need at least $6.25.
and the nerve of the
15 cents raise.
and the nerve of the guy who owned the store. You can't let this control your life, man. And I was like, get the hell out of here, bro. I'm out
You're
here.
right. I'm out.
Yeah, this ain't worth it, man. Because there was
man.
always weird stuff. You're in there by yourself, and you know the sheriff would come by and be like, "Hey, just keep an eye out. We got some guys on the loose. They robbed a McDonald's and shot the guy in the head." And,
Jesus.
and I'm all. So now you just put that in my head, and I'm like trying to clean the store, like, ding, who is that? You know what I'm saying?
All paranoid.
So I was like, I was
I used to
17 years
paranoid.
old, bro. So I was like,
I remember you
this
shared a
ain't gonna
story
work.
with me about a career day at an elementary school or middle school that your teacher was going around the class asking, "What do you want to be?"
Yeah, that was 10th grade actually, and Miss Coe, and everybody went.
Big ups, Miss Cole, friend of the
Miss
show.
Coe from
was
Hill-
good.
Miss Coe from Hilltop, and she basically was like, everybody, before we start the semester, I want you all go around and introduce yourself and where do you see yourself, where you want to be, blah blah blah. Everyone's like doctors, firefighters. I got up and said, "Hey man, I want to be a rock star." And everyone started cracking up, and there was people that were, because dude, I'm a Latino wearing Dickies, Nike Cortez, and I don't look like the rock stars at the time. And they were like,
Little
"That's
did
guy."
they
And
know.
then I heard someone in the background, more like America's Most Wanted. You know?
The heck
And then I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But see, that's why I got into the issues I got into. There was so much crap talking, and I see it with my kids in this area. There's so much crap talking. I go, hey man, just dust it off.
It's a rite of passage down here almost, bro. It's
Yeah.
almost like we all got to go through our shit just to kind of come out the other side.
Yeah.
But look at you. You made it. You stay true to your word, homie.
Ended up working at Hot Topic, store number 3, and they were very supportive. I was able to go and come. I was able to go on tour, come back, still have a job.
Very nice, bro.
And they would put me in the newsletter. Our very own Marcos, store number 3 is on tour with P.O.D. and blah, blah, blah. It's pretty cool, man. So we got signed, and it took, well, people think, oh, you signed, when you see your stories on TV or you read a book about an artist, oh yeah, they signed and their life changed instantly.
$1 million deal.
Dude, we signed,
Diddy parties thought
and we were what was that? Freak offs? Freak outs. No, but we ended up negotiating for a year and a half, so I still had to keep my job.
Okay.
And so everybody's like, Marcos is lying, dude. They didn't get signed.
Oh,
And I was like, people were talking trash, and I'm like, dude, we're signed. We're just getting our stuff negotiated.
Trust me,
Because
bro.
we're signed, bro. And once that's Trey getting his thing on his side, I was getting mine. I was like, coming into work, okay, dude, clean the bathroom. I'm like,
Hey,
all
Rockstar,
right.
can you go clean the bathroom?
Exactly. Someone
While
threw
you're
up
at
in
it.
aisle 2.
Yeah, go clean that up real quick.
Yep.
Sonny, what happened? What'd you leave behind when you started touring, bro? When did you know? And it's like, all right, this is my job. It's time to get out.
I mean, I remember it was 96 because that's the year I got married. It was so ironic that here we were probably struggling financially more than ever before, and that's the year that I decided to get married. You know what I mean? But I had worked since I was 16 at the grocery store, which started with Alpha Beta, changed to Lucky's. It continued to change. I worked night crew, did all that for about 5 years, and then actually I was working night crew. And when the manager came in or the boss came in, he saw that I was growing out my hair. And the only reason why I was growing out my hair is because I was in P.O.D. We would play somas, play shows, and I would go straight from the show, the gig, over to work night crew. And then anyways, they had warned me, like back then there was all the union and stuff, you had to have your hair cut. And so they said if I don't cut my hair, they were going to fire me. So anyway, I paid it no mind. They checked on me weeks later. I still hadn't cut it. So basically I got fired because...
All right.
Yeah, because I was even trying to convince him, bro, I'm in a cool band, like
Check us out.
Come on, man, I gotta rock the hair. But anyways,
crazy,
it's so
man.
crazy. Now you go and the guys are all cashiers at Alpha Beta or Lucky's are all tatted their face.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, so then I would just do construction and stuff like that, landscaping with my uncle and them, and then I think actually when we had quit, like we were talking about, I was working at Hotel Del as a audiovisual technician.
All right. What does that mean? That sounds intense.
It's very
Looking
intense.
looking for ghosts or what? What were you doing at Hotel Del, bro?
I didn't know what I was doing. I think we lied on the application, and my uncle got me a
Put
job.
the red into the red out.
Yeah.
And the white one
I was
here.
wheeling VCRs to rooms, bro. That's a fancy name.
Trey. Hey, how do I plug this in?
That's a fancy name for hooking up the mic. You know what I mean? But anyways, but it was cool. I got to wear a suit to work,
Hey.
and whatever.
And dreads or no?
He looked good
Long
doing
hair?
No.
it. He looked good doing it,
Shaved,
man.
I shaved my head at that point, but then it was in '96 when we looked at each other and said, "Dude, I think we can do
doing
this
this?
full
Yeah.
time."
That's awesome, man.
So
that
we
must be
did.
a killer moment. Like, it's
crazy.
like, hey, we're gonna chase this
I
thing.
mean, it was a risk, but we were willing to do
was
it
a
only
risk,
because
carnal.
only because
We saw it.
we saw it, and like Marco said, when I would come home, we just do landscaping. We tour, come straight home, and then just be able to go and freestyle at the landscaping.
We had already
construction.
sold like 30,000 records. Though.
Yeah.
We were selling out the
cassettes.
Well, out of our
Yeah.
out of our
car.
van.
out the trunk.
Yeah.
So that already happened. So it's like when you see that kind of stuff happen, you know something's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Sonny, you mentioned Western Union that we would send money home. There was times when I'd be calling my mom, going, "Hey,
I need money.
we're kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Can you send some money Western Union? I'll go pick it up. Hey guys, I gotta stop off at the one store that had Western Union just to get like $50 just to have whatever $100 or something.
yeah.
That was common, dude. If you saw
Well, we
it,
would
dude.
sell
We had the
merch.
igloo with bologna, cheese, a loaf of bread, and then peanut butter and jelly. And
That's
we're like,
all you need,
hey,
bro.
man, this is what we're doing, bro.
That's
Still
all
on
you
our- It's
need.
still on our rider.
And
to
we would
this
drive
day.
through the night, so you really didn't need to,
He's the night
hotels,
driver, though.
in motels. And but a lot of times it depended. We would be running off of fumes and dollars, and so we'd have enough to get to that show, and then that night we'd sell T-shirts. It would
Now we
give
got
us
the-
gas money to get
yeah.
to the next city, and that's how we would do it.
That was a game,
Like I said,
bro.
if it was a good night, we'd be like, "Yo, we could split up
it
some
up.
of this money."
Divvy,
Yeah.
We would split up, or we go, you guys want to go to dinner?
Oh,
Yeah.
Or we would get a room.
Get a room.
We'd
yeah,
be like
dinner,
four
room.
grown men in a Motel 6,
Yeah.
2 double beds, bro.
That's
Like,
fine.
All
honey.
of our gear.
Always staying warm.
all our
All our
gear,
gear is
all our
shoved
gear
into the-
packed in
to the room,
because
yeah.
we don't want no one to steal it out the
man.
trailer.
And
Some-
then the magic signing happened in '96, negotiating terms, figuring it all out.
98, yeah.
And then '98 comes around. That's when you get that check. That's when you start getting.
No. 98's when we signed.
Okay.
But it
Yeah.
took
We did.
like a year and a half. We
Negotiating.
started talking 97. We shook the head of Atlantic's hand at the Barnery, or the
Beans
Beanery.
Bar-
I mean,
yeah,
Barnery.
Beans-
The
Beans
Beanery
Barnery,
in
whatever
Hollywood
it's called,
were.
Hey, watch yourself. You can't say that shit.
Oh, man.
We go
Look at Marcos. You can't stop him from saying shit on me.
Damn.
It's on the couch, dog.
Cancel couch.
cancel couch.
Beanery.
couch.
Ya sé, Wito.
Barney's Beanery.
There you go.
That's where
Be careful how you say
Jim
it,
Morrison
Barnery.
pissed all over the bar. So we go there after our show. We thought it was a horrible
show.
on Mother's Day. Nobody there. And we're sitting there, and the head of Atlantic's right there. And we end up talking, and he goes, "Welcome to Atlantic." We shook hands. Well, we thought, we're signed.
Yeah.
Well, then a year and a half of negotiating because the attorneys are going back, no, we need to change this. We need to do this. And we finally got the call from our attorney. I think I got it to a place where you guys can actually sign it. We all jumped in a car, went up there thinking it was going to be a big deal. We signed the papers in the law firm.
Fancy office.
Law firm. And then we're done, and we're like, that's it. They're like,
That's it.
it was all corporate. Like, you're going to get your money, and whenever they do payroll, like 6 weeks out or whatever, we're like sitting there going, dude, we're signing. We didn't get no money, nothing. Like, I'm still got to go to work right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
all went back to work.
And
yeah.
we were driving home going, nothing's really changed at this moment.
Nope.
Then the label's like, yeah, you need another 6 months. Go into the studio and start writing. Only difference was we're going to pay for your studio rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
rehearsal studio rent.
Yeah.
We're
That's
paying
good.
it out
Baby
for,
steps.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started
But
doing
no money like into our pocket.
Was that what you guys were expecting as a team?
Well,
like,
you know,
hey,
we
what-
Well,
did
you think you were
You
going to
think
get
you would.
something?
You think it's like a sign you get money. We did get some money for like
But it
equipment.
took time. It was a
Okay.
processing thing.
But I think we could only use it on equipment. You remember? We got money. That's why I bought my first bass
No,
guitar.
they gave us money, but it was an equipment fund.
Yeah.
I
to
don't.
buy
I don't.
gear.
The first time I remember receiving like money, and I remember it was
money,
like 30 grand, 35, is when we had gotten back from the Corn tour, and that was 2001. So that
Okay.
means we had already put out Fundamental. Fundamental was already out.
Right,
or no,
right.
2000.
2000.
Fundamental was already out. It was already doing well. We hadn't seen no upfront like
Nada.
sign money. It was all just they were paying the studio. They were paying the we got equipment, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to go back to what Marco said, we had such an awful night when we played the Whiskey in front of the Atlantic reps. But it was our big shout out to John Rubley who signed us, our A&R. They fronted him and they said, is this the band you wanna risk it all for? Because you get one shot, and if this band doesn't do good, like basically you're fired.
Yep.
He said, it was a guy named Craig Cowman. He said, is this the band you're willing to throw down for? And he said, yes.
Fuck yeah.
So he went to bat for us, and they signed us because we had an awful night.
But
And
you
we
did,
signed
The
us. and
sound
they-
was messed up.
Yeah,
It was just a messed up night, bro.
Yeah.
But we signed, and I don't think they signed us with the intention of thinking we were going to sell 1 million records. Whatnot. We hustled.
We
that.
could have been a write-off signing.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing. For everyone out there that's trying to make it in the music business, once you get your foot in the door, there's a whole bunch of other obstacles. Because you could have this huge label like an Atlantic or a WIA or Warner Brothers. Now you got to make believers of all the people in the actual building.
Yeah.
Oh, we signed this band, and they're like, well, who's this band? Now we got to work this band. So they had us cruising around, meeting everybody. Like, hey, this is so-and-so head of radio. This is so-and-so head of... And we sat there and we're like, dude, this is not what we thought.
Yeah, shaking
we
hands
had
and kissing
work,
babies. Dude. We had to.
our
gotta sell
butts
yourself.
off
You have to sell
and
yourself,
work
yeah.
hard and play shows. And we sold 1 million records pretty much from working, hustling off that first record.
We
And I don't
did-
think
we-
they expected that either.
And they were
No.
shocked. That's
They were
when they
shocked.
actually said, wow, if we put some effort into this
Yeah.
band, maybe. And then Satellite came and they put some effort into it, and look what happened.
But that was because of our fan base. I mean, that was
Yeah.
already 7-8 years of doing it on our own.
On your own, DIY,
So
man.
all of a sudden, that translated into album sales and hustling. But
and MTV was a big
MTV,
angel
yeah,
on our
but
side.
we did the same thing with radio stations too, bro. We would be on tour in our the whatever Atlantic rep from whatever city, Boston, whatever, would come get us, and we'd go straight.
radio
We jump in his
station,
car,
yeah.
you'd smell like Chinese food, and we're like, "What's a Chinese food?" He's like, "We're bringing it to the radio station," like
Yeah,
that
you
kind.
gotta kiss
So
ass,
we
man.
were walking in kissing ass. Hey, this will meet POD. We bring pizzas. We would do
Have some
acoustic
compound
stuff.
chicken, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just introduce ourselves, and like that to me, that's probably. I could say I hate that more than anything.
Yeah.
Doing that stuff is like
Because it's not about the music.
it's not about
It
the
wasn't.
music.
It was, yeah, totally.
It's about
It's about,
kissing
it's
ass.
about
It is
kissing and
kissing
being
ass,
likable.
man. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I like that guy. You know what? Maybe I'm going to play their song.
Yeah,
That's how it worked, for real?
Maybe if you guys play a few radio shows for us.
See,
we'll-
MTV was actually the head of MTV at that time. Tom, I want to say from Viacom. I don't.
You got a good memory.
He basically was like, "We need a band like this. We have the Marilyn Mansons. We have all these other bands. This is a perfect band to kind of put a little balance in the force."
Right.
And so, and plus, our fans were calling into TRL and
Hell
voting
yeah,
for us.
bro.
See, that was
So-
back in the day when it was actually really Total Request Live. You had to
Yeah.
call
There were
in.
no cell phones.
There was
yeah.
no cell phone, so I don't think they expected that either.
No.
Like,
No,
our
they
fans would
didn't.
call in, and it was like,
But
it was a
dude,
wrap,
check
dude.
this. Before even radio played us, MTV was playing us.
Playing
So
us.
then the radio stations
That's
were
a
like,
drop right there, fool. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
And radio stations were like, I keep hearing about this band on MTV. My kids like them and stuff. And then now we're hearing it. Radio stations need to play it. And then that all evolves. And kind
No
of
more Chinese food,
Yeah,
homie. No
yeah.
more Chinese
Well, we
food. I don't
stopped- we-
shine
yeah,
shoes
yeah, yeah.
anymore, homie. I don't know if you heard.
It's the little shiny shoes.
No shiny.
and 32 years later,
We're still
a
doing
lot of those
it.
people aren't even in the business.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of go start a whole new
Reintroduce.
relationship with the youngster that came in. And you're like sitting there going, oh my God.
To this day, that still works the same way, then you think? Or
Well,
now it's
I
social
I mean, we're
media?
not bringing
think so.
food.
We're
Yeah,
not-
but not you guys,
Yeah.
but other bands. Like, I know another band tried to make it into. Do you think that?
Oh,
go
they
through
all
the
have to
same
hustle,
procedure?
man.
Some
Yeah,
do,
hustle,
and then
dude.
some just have it squeaky clean. You know what I mean? They're just
So with the invention of social media and everything coming to the forefront, you guys, we were all part of an era where there was no social media.
Yeah.
You know, and I would go to shows and I would flyer. I would go to watch shows at Soma, and people would come up and flyer. Some of the best demo tapes that I've ever had
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just waiting in
Given.
line
Yeah.
at Soma
Yeah.
to go in and be like,
that
oh,
was social
shit.
media back
Yeah,
then.
that was the bulletin board.
hustle.
That was social media, and you would know who would make it because they were out there hustling, bro.
Yeah.
They were.
Oh,
out,
we did it.
It's good old days, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's now breaking through the noise. Even back then, getting somebody to notice you. Like even now, yeah, social media is dope, but how do you get? There's so much white noise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff going on around. It's like, how do you get people to pay attention to my little speck on the screen?
Stand
that's,
out.
And that's hard, man.
And it's become I'm trying to think of the word. It's taken the focus off of the bands or even the art or the music, because now
content.
you're just
creator.
great at social content. You're great at being on social media. Your band sucks.
Yeah.
But you have
Right.
2 million followers. And they even know. We play with bands where they're god awful, and they even know it, but they think they're rock stars because they have 2 million
Check
followers.
out how many people follow me. Fool.
Yes,
Look at
look
this.
how many likes I got.
Yeah.
It's not about the music. It's not about the crowd could be standing there watching them, but they got, you know what I mean?
Everybody's
It's just
there,
like
yeah.
there's nothing.
It's
because
different.
because
Say who, fool? Say who?
because the
Name names.
because the music is the bottom. That's the last priority.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That
Well, man,
sucks.
because people get
and
it
that's
for
why
free
this
now.
industry sucks. Yeah.
That is
I mean,
also
it's
very true, man. But as far as technology's come, it seems weird that the best way to hit your target audience, your target demographic, is taking it back to the mid 90s and going to shows and flyering and giving people your music right there. I feel like there's nothing that comes a close second to doing that.
Well,
bro.
dude, we've had to
That was a
evolve
special
throughout the
time.
years,
It
man.
was. It
We've
was a
had to
special
evolve and learn, like the whole social media thing now with content. Like, we think, oh yeah, dude, we like shooting this angle and it's got this filters on and that looks sick. Kids nowadays don't care about that. TikTok, it can be the low budget video. It could be crap, and it gets more views.
I don't know how to keep up.
it
Yeah,
keeps
and
changing.
that'll get more views with even they've done the study with all the biggest bands, different bands, and you'll put a polished out, sick, artistic little video clip, and it gets less views than the
That's
than
crazy,
the
bro.
cheesy one where they're like, "Hey, dude, iPhone," and we're like, "Hey, man, yeah," goofing off, and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah,
Farting on
exactly."
rhythm or farting
Yeah.
to tempo or something.
Catch me outside. How about that?
She's a megastar.
Yeah. You know what you need for? You need an OnlyFans.
And Atlantic signed her.
Show them feet.
You better get them feet ready. Marco's
I was
about to put
talking
you guys on
Marcus- I was
OnlyFans.
talking Marcus into doing
Only
OnlyFans,
feet.
dude.
Only feedsters.
But listen, no hate. That's
Never
just what
that.
it's evolved
Yeah, it
to,
is what it
man.
is.
Nah,
And you either evolve
little bit
with
of
it, a little bit,
Little bit.
because
Let's be real.
Let's be real then,
Yeah,
because you guys
Well,
did the
okay.
thing. You guys did the old school thing.
Yeah.
Having to pick up your gear, having to
That's
put it
what
in
I'm
an
saying,
S10,
yeah.
having to go to the middle of nowhere, Midwest,
And play.
you
And actually
know, and be like,
swing your freaking
Play
But
remote.
there's still a lot of bands that have done that. Like I know Pierce
Yeah.
DeVille done it.
Yeah.
They were out handing out flyers and doing the whole thing. Check out my band. Come to my show.
Yeah, they're
Like,
a little bit older too, though.
And if you think about it, like nowadays, it's just like, it is. It's all like, I just got tossed this artist. I'm not gonna mention any names, but and the guy has like a couple million followers, but he basically does cover versions, and then he writes his own music. So I can't hate on it because they're like, hey, dude, he's got the following.
Yeah.
What if we work with this kid and this
Yeah.
and that? And I'm like,
No,
they're
but
like,
that's how they
well,
look.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
guess
we know that for a fact.
That's
You could,
weird.
we've given, or I've given, found guys, you know, even like MCs and rappers, and passed them on. Said, dude, you got to check out this kid. He's hot. And then they listen to it. They know that he's hot. I don't even think they listen to it. They just say, what's his social media look like? How many
Yeah.
Instagram followers?
Yeah.
Facebook. So you can be the dopest MC,
Doesn't
but if
matter.
you're not on TikTok, you're never gonna get exposed because even if you're in the clubs every night and killing it every night in like some underground spot, if there's not a camera on you and it's not on a social media platform, you will not get signed.
so gone is the day of it doesn't matter who or what you know. If you're good enough and you keep practicing, your opportunity will eventually come. That no longer exists, you think?
that's all luck.
That's
Yeah, I feel
I
that.
don't,
I feel
yeah,
that, yeah.
bro.
It's not what
Aaron's
you
right.
know, it's who you know.
Who you know, yeah.
Well, I mean, look at all the people that are famous on Instagram or social media, YouTube, and it's like I'll never know who these people are because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not on YouTube. I'm not on Facebook and
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like just because you're good at content, you know, you're a known namer, and all of a sudden you have 1 million followers. That's a
Big deal.
That's a reach.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's an
It's a
accomplishment.
platform, yeah, for sure.
It doesn't mean you're necessarily a talented musician or an artist.
Would you rather have a surgeon that has 10 million followers on social media or a surgeon who actually went to school, got his degree, and is a
Exactly.
top-notch fucking surgeon,
Perfect
dog?
way. Exactly.
You know, it's like, oh, well, this guy's going to get me a lot
And bro,
of views.
I want that
if
surgeon
go
with the
get-
BBL
Yeah,
on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost ain't about songs no more. Even
It's
being a
not.
good musician, it's like everything that he's saying, man. It's like
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're gonna.
It'll come full
All we
circle.
have
think
is
it'll come-
our,
I think it
is our
is.
integrity. We have our stories.
yeah.
I remember I won't even mention the name, but with one of the biggest bands out there, and we were in the same van together, cruising from like venue to hotel, and we're talking about these stories. Oh, remember when we slept in the parking lot in this casino, and they're just sitting there, just quiet, listening to us, and they're like, because they don't have those stories.
Yeah.
Their first show was like at a radio show. You know, they They're a formed band where the guy got signed because he had some music or he knew somebody, and then he handpicked the people he wanted, and they were on a major label. They blow up and become huge, but they don't have the stories that we're talking about.
They didn't have to pay no dues, man.
They didn't pay no dues.
Beachy puddle of mud style. Huh?
Straight to the bus. Dude.
I said big. I said big.
Oh, man.
Big, not bad.
Well, talking about old school shit, videos, bro. Videos, it almost seems like
dude.
those are no longer a thing.
I remember videos with 350 grand a video.
Bro, and you guys knocked it out of the park a couple of
videos?
times,
Yeah.
bro. A couple of times with some of
And
your
now it's-
videos.
I think
but
people
see-
just do it because if they have the money to do it, they do it for fun.
But see, television and radio is now social media.
Sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your song has to be on a TikTok, like reel or a Instagram reel, and it's got to go viral. Oh, dude, have you heard that song?
Which one?
Yeah.
The one with the monkey and
Yeah.
and
You don't
peanut
even
butter.
be in it. It's like just some girl dancing to it, covering your
The one
song.
with the monkey.
I still think video games too.
Yeah, I 100%.
You know, like when you
those
when
are
you play
huge.
like FC 25, they have so many cool songs on there.
That's very
and then
true.
you'll be like, dude, and then you'll hear it on a commercial, be like, that's the FIFA song.
Yeah,
Or, you know,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're
That's
like,
what kids are doing.
Cream of the crop, GTA.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna be
Because my
fucking
kids
set.
my kids are singing Snoop Dogg songs.
Yes.
Because I guess he's on Fortnite
Well,
now.
look at the
Yes.
Fortnite. They're on. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Dad, do you know who Snoop Dogg is?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, Nico,
Yeah.
fuck out of here, homie.
Get out of here.
Did you know who Snoop Dogg is?
Do you know how to sea-walk like he's
Remember
doing?
when,
I was like,
remember
oh,
when
man.
there was a resurgence on Fleetwood Mac because that dude had the cranberry juice?
Yeah, yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's like those kind of things you'll never ever know.
but that's the new commercial.
That's
Yeah.
the new commercial.
Organic.
Yeah.
That's where the
You
kids
know?
are at. That's where everybody's at now, man. They're-
But nothing compares to doing that Southtown video, bro. That was organic at its
that was-
root.
Yeah.
but all that stuff is it's. I mean, for us to look back and if we dissect it, we're like, it doesn't get any more like OG than a lot of the stuff we did.
Yeah, dude.
But that it doesn't matter anymore. That's the part that's kind of disheartening. It doesn't matter in 2024. You know, it does to us because we're gonna die with that
That you guys
legacy.
did
You know,
that.
and it's,
Yeah.
you know, we at the end of the day, I rather say, man, we had a hand in pioneering this over here, and we were a part of this, and that's more than all the riches in gold, right? But
It
then
really
there's some
is.
days where you're like, I could use some of those riches in gold.
Be nice.
Yeah. Well, perfect example, because they haven't figured out the streaming thing. They're not paying.
I was gonna
artists.
bring that up.
Yeah.
They're not paying artists what they should get paid
getting.
for
Oh,
streaming.
they figured out the streaming thing.
Oh, they figured it out.
Yeah, how to
Because
screw artists.
a good friend of ours started an app called Muso,
Muso, okay.
and it basically follows an artist and their credits on everything that they've ever done, but it follows their streams throughout their whole career. So I went and looked at mine, and Jay Baumgartner, who's worked with us on many records, he created it, and it says that I got 1.6 billion streams out of everything that I've been a part of.
All right,
So,
okay.
okay, let's put that in.
Respect, yeah.
Let's put that in perspective. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
But what does that mean?
But it doesn't mean nothing because
to us, yeah.
I'm still like, yo, dude.
How does that translate
Because
into
they're
Are we,
screwing
are we touring? Because I need to get some cheddar, homie.
No, they're screwing,
You know what I'm
screwing us
saying?
over.
Yeah.
We just put out our Spotify. At the end of the year, everybody gets their streams.
Yeah.
So this year, in just 1 year alone, total streams were like 120 something million streams
Okay.
Yeah.
in 1 year.
That's awesome.
Now imagine if we got a penny for that. That's a million. That's .2, .3.
Yeah.
Like we would be cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we tour and we love to tour, but we're not starving on the road. Like now that we're getting older, it's like we don't always want to tour 13 months out of the year. You know what I'm saying? But now it's kind of like you have to tour because we have to make money. But when at the end of the day, just pay us for what we've already done.
Yeah.
And so Marcos is talking about all streams from since the platforms have been created.
that app
Created.
follows,
We're not being paid for that.
It follows any TikTok, Amazon,
For sure.
everything, Spotify. It's pretty cool.
The question is, do you think they'll make it right, though?
Yeah, do you guys see a day of
That's
reckoning
what-
where you get that back pay?
Let's just put it this way.
awesome if they
a
did,
lot of people
but-
are trying to say, well, if that happened, then these streaming sites would go under because they'd have to pay.
So
Or the
what?
And I
labels.
said, I said, okay, well, there's got to be a balance.
There you go.
There's got to be
There's
a
a balance,
balance,
dude.
and
Because they're making
because
billions.
they're making
thievery,
radio
bro.
and TV pay.
Yeah, that's thievery though, right there.
Yeah.
Like
It
that-
doesn't make sense because if YouTubers getting paid, so why? How come when you punch in POD song, and
You're
then,
not getting
and then,
paid.
and then you go to that, and all of a sudden you got to watch the Chevy ad, the Apple ad.
Yeah,
You got to watch.
exactly.
How come you wouldn't have seen that ad if you didn't go Google or hit up POD.
That's very
so
true.
why aren't
man.
we getting paid? I'm telling you, if there is a lawyer out there right now listening to this, if they were to take this on, they would be a hero. It'd be a rock and roll legend.
Or if artists, just like in the UFC,
We could all protest.
we could all become a union and say, hey man, we're not just like what the film writers did.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not
Writers
gonna, no
Guild
one's
strike.
gonna put records out. No one's gonna do this.
Yeah, we're pulling our.
And that sucks.
we're
But the
pulling our
problem is
music.
there's too many starving people that are
Yeah.
like, I can't. I'm at the bottom of that. I'm gonna keep doing music and doing that and doing this. You need unity.
Well, it's
had
only
to
the
make it
blue.
happen,
It's only
make it
the
happen,
blue
yeah.
collar musicians like us that would suffer because when you're you pack out stadiums.
Yes, sir.
You don't care if people buy your record anymore because you're making money off your merch.
And even then,
you know,
they're getting
that's-
ripped off.
Even then, you're still getting ripped off.
Right.
But
Don't care.
but you're not starving. Guys like us, we're not getting paid off our music anymore. But the bad part about that too is like we said, we can go on strike. You wouldn't have any bands making music anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine if all of a sudden they're like, there's no new music in 2025. It's like why?
Well, think
Because until you start paying the artists, we're not going to do it. But there's people, like I said, only
There's still
we're
a
gonna do that.
backlash with the films right now.
Yeah, still.
We were trying to look for a movie on theaters. I'm like, dude, there's not many films out right now.
No.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they're
I-
still dealing with the same stuff.
I
Yeah.
know, dude. So what do you think would happen with music?
That's when
Same
AI
thing.
steps in.
That's the other thing.
yeah,
bro.
that's the other problem.
That's the ace up the sleeve, bro. Like as soon, all right, you don't do it, boom, because there's already there's already what are the film companies that are purchasing the rights of people's images and likeness
Just so
and
they
People
can-
that signed old contracts
movies.
are stuck in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. And I
That's
gotta
gonna
talk
be
shit because I
crazy.
like AI. I like Chat GPT.
Skynet?
Bro.
There was a Drake
Skynet?
song that was on AI that charted, like, and what was it? They didn't know that it was AI for a little while, and then like once it started charting, they're like, "Wait, Drake didn't write that. Drake didn't perform that.
Yeah.
It was just some dude put the lyrics in, made like a fake Drake voice, and
Yeah.
like it charted. It was crazy.
That's scary though. That's
My
some freaking
understanding is
Terminator
That's some
Skynet.
Terminator stuff. There's a lo-fi record label that is all AI.
Yeah.
Really?
It's all in music and everything is all lo-fi. And there's nobody that works or makes the music or anything. It's all done through AI.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Hey, so streaming's
And
all
I
a
heard
hoax.
it actually sounded
Streaming is
all right,
just-
dude. It's like, this is all right.
That's crazy.
But we've
man.
also, I think, is just as a society in general, we've been so dumbed down and watered down to everything that is, art and music that we just accept everything.
Yeah.
There's no checking. Like no one wants to say like, hey, that might be the biggest band right there. They might be selling a lot of records, but that band sucks,
Yeah.
dude. That band
Well,
sucks.
you have a
And
great
you-
analogy. Some people like going to McDonald's.
Oh, that's what I say. Hey, man, I don't eat at McDonald's. We all know it's gonna kill you. It's the worst food ever.
Right.
But
Damn, dude, I just had a fucking what is it? A McDouble.
Make sure we go to McDonald's afterwards, guys.
But
But it's McDonald's for a reason.
Yeah.
People are they're familiar with it. They want to go to McDonald's, even though they know it's not the best. I can go to In-N-Out right here, but you know what? The line's quicker.
It's low-hanging fruit, bro. It's
that's what I mean.
low-hanging fruit.
But
It's
that's
right
how it is
there.
with
It's
music
accessible.
and art too, bro. It's like, because I try, like, dude, we try. I'll go watch bands play that
Yeah.
are apparently they're the talk of the town right now. We'll go watch and we're just like,
I like to compare it to the '80s when the hair bands came out. I liked a lot of those, not a lot, a few of those bands, but they all started to sound exactly the same, look exactly the same. That's kind of happening with the scene now when it comes to rock and metal and stuff. You're like, dude, they all run their stuff through the same like vocal processor,
All the filters, all the
on the
process-
same
yeah.
thing, and you sit there.
even
and
their
you're like,
masks look the same
all
now.
these
you know?
bands, and see, we come from a time when Rage didn't sound like Alice in
Yeah,
Chains, Soundgarden didn't sound like Nirvana,
Everybody was
Chili
original.
Peppers didn't sound like
Everybody
Nobody else
sound-
sounded like
too,
POD.
man.
everybody
Korn,
had
Limp Bizkit,
everybody had their
Deftones.
own sound.
Yeah, it was unique.
And
Yep.
now everyone's trying to emulate and go, well, dude, this is hot. So
This is
everybody needs
working.
to sound like this.
I gotta do this. I gotta do
It's
that.
not
all about
original
trending.
anymore, man.
It's horrible.
So what do we do? How do we flip the script? How do we change that?
in the Southtown, baby?
Silence.
Yeah. Well, Marcus, you turned me on to some bands that were some new bands that were coming up that were kind of doing.
Yeah, but
They're
I mean,
doing
those
it.
are bands that I found that I'm like, these kids are giving me hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
depends on what you're into. You know what I mean? Because I will stumble across stuff. I'm like, I like this, but then I also stumble across stuff where like I like it. It's not original because
Right.
now there's a lot of bands that are actually doing 80s music.
Picking up the torch and kind of saying, we're
yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
this now.
Trying to bring it back.
So it's at least like what Marco says. I think everybody had they took their influences and then they made it OG. Now there's actually groups that I like, but I'm like, but you just sound like
A complete copy.
A complete copy of this, which is cool because you guys are 22,
Right.
and it's cool. And I even seen some shows. I'm like, it's fun, but there's still a side of me that I miss. I miss seeing like Korn for the first time, or like the first time we saw the Deftones, we were like, whoa, wow, dude.
Like whether you, I know people, and I think a lot of those bands is like you either love them or hate them because they're so different. You're like, I remember people hating on Korn. Yeah, dude, I don't. What's he do? And I'm like, yeah, but he's OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if you like it or hate it.
No one can do it like
No
he
one's.
did.
He did his own thing.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, I've come to this saying where it's like you have to have a voice. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, the people, the voice. I'm talking about you have to have a voice that's your very own voice. When you think about Anthony Kiedis, doesn't sound like anybody else. Sonny, whether you love it or not, you know it's Sonny.
You know what P.O.D.
That's his voice.
Damn, why you gotta say whether you
Because
love it
I
or
don't know
not?
how to say it.
No,
I know what you mean.
No, but think about it. Cypress Hill, that's his own voice.
Yes, sir.
If you go through all Alice in Chains, his own voice. Now you hear bands that are like, oh, he sounds like Lane Staley. Oh, he sounds like Maynard from Tool.
Yep.
Yeah.
They all sound like these other people, and you're like,
It's not original.
Yeah.
it's all about having your own voice. And when a singer that comes out and has his own voice, you're like, holy crap, this is weird, but I kind of like it. This is sick. Or you know what I'm saying? That's what we're missing.
So that puts an extra level of importance at live shows. Like going out and putting your best foot forward so people who may be in that little lull, like everything sounds the same, and then Sonny hits the stage and rah, and then you
I think
guys start
That's
playing.
why System is so big.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you think about it, but you know, to me, he sounds like Jello Biafra.
Nope.
And a lot of his,
All
you
right.
know, and but that's not bad. But at the same time,
Ted Kennedy's BJ, just in case you didn't know. Big fan, homie.
The soup is good food.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Okay.
Hey. No, but for real though, that voice, having your own voice. That's why I told kids, what do you think? You need to have a singer that has his own voice. What do you mean? He can't sound. You can get trained and sound. It doesn't work for pop. Everybody sounds like everybody in pop music.
Because it's all computers.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a formula, bro. Whatever is hot, whatever's
Yeah.
the system is making money off these companies, then they just duplicate it.
Until
it's
they kill
crazy.
it,
It's
yeah.
crazy now how like it was always different when it's like, hey, this group has a little bit of like their culture influence. They have all this stuff, especially like say like Mexico and stuff like that. Before you would hear all the different mariachis, all the different stuff. Now you go and it sounds like Justin Bieber, but just singing in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
So
introduce you to Danny Flo.
I mean, but and there's great, and it sounds great, but it's like they're taking formulas and then it's just
Yeah.
done.
That's why Peso Pluma got big.
Yeah.
If you think about it, that corrido style music, but then bringing it to the forefront
Yes, sir.
and adding trap beats. And
Somebody
all this other
behind the
stuff,
scene
Yeah.
knows exactly what's going on and what formula, what equation, what buttons to push, what the singer needs to look like, what is his fashion, what is his following.
And I think that's the point. If they
Yeah.
didn't put that first, they know like if I do XYZ, rock star.
yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Where before it was like, hey, let's just have
Taking a
fun. Let's
chance.
just be badass and let's be us.
Yeah.
That's
And if
what
they like it, they like it. They don't,
not,
they
they
don't.
don't.
We can
But
keep
But
doing
now
our
it's
thing.
like, let's do XYZ.
That's human nature. We like to take something and abuse it and oversaturate it.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem. There's no balance in anything. In music, that's what it like. You do need some of that. What you're saying,
Yeah.
but they focus on all of that.
Right.
So now you're like, okay, well, this is contrived, and I'm jaded.
So what do you guys do as musicians for motivation, for inspiration, for something, or for creating new
We
music?
don't care.
We don't care.
That's, I mean, it's all about the groove and our feeling and what we like.
Yeah.
It's kind of self-indulgent.
Good.
Yeah.
And
As it should be.
And,
We've
and
never
that's what
tried
we're
to-
like, you know what, dude? Take it or leave it. Like, yeah, we've learned a lot of things from some brilliant minds along the way, different producers and songwriters. And we take a little bit of that and we kind of do, but we're going to do POD.
Yeah, you got to sprinkle it on what
And
got you here.
we're never
I'm
trying to
very
be
proud of that
something.
because, dude,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of our peers, they try to follow the trend. And then like, oh, dude, like I just saw, what's that? Leon Bridges, right? And he's cool. He's a great artist.
Yeah.
But I just saw him.
Focusing on Marcos, I feel he's going to cancel himself real quick.
No,
He's a cool artist.
No, but the trend.
But bless his heart.
But the trend right now is everyone's all country all of a sudden.
Oh, okay.
And,
I don't
Beyonce
like that
did a
either.
country
Okay,
track.
but wait, what I'm getting about
They
is
don't even
I
like it in
like old
Tennessee,
school
man.
country. And listen, but they were showing him, and he's got some new stuff out, and he's got biggest cowboy hat on.
All right.
And I'm sitting there going like, hey, dude.
See, I like Leon
I go,
Bridges.
I like that stuff, but I go, you got Machine Gun Kelly, you got all these guys.
Yeah,
and they all
they're
country
getting country awards.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, what's it called?
That bothers
It's
me,
like
man.
CMAs?
falling in
Beyonce.
reverse.
Beyonce
It's
did it
doing
too.
country.
Falling in reverse
Sonny
with
comes out
Jelly
one day,
Roll, and he's got a cowboy hat.
And we wear cowboy hats coming from the South. Everybody like
come on,
laughing
it's-
at us, but watch us win an award.
You got to make sure you match it with the
And I'll be
boots,
honest
homie.
with you,
It's-
that's
yeah, I
pathetic.
hate that,
Match
dude.
it with the
Pathetic,
boots.
dude.
Can't
That's
just wear a
pathetic,
hat
dude.
with no reason.
Well, that's the thing, and everybody's doing the country stuff, and it's like, and it's okay when certain people do it because it's like, hey, you were just right
Kinda
there
on there
anyway.
anyway, yeah.
You know, like when Kid Rock did it, like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron Lewis
Aaron
from State,
Lewis.
okay.
You were
But then
already
now you
there.
got like
Yeah.
all these people is like, dude, you were not country. You're
I'm
not.
sorry,
You're not
dude.
even. You're.
Beyonce doing a country song.
Yeah, that's
it just bothered
ridiculous.
me.
That's
It
ridiculous.
just bothered me. I'm sorry. And you know,
And then to become, then she gets number one.
There it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Like,
that
come on,
happen?
this is all
work?
industry.
The
How does
equation
that
work?
happen?
Yeah, but now you have, like I said, you have metal guys that are doing it, and just because it's popular, it's like, man, I thought the metal guys were the ones.
Do you guys
who were
feel
gonna
like that's
not
organic,
do
or
it.
somebody higher up was like, "Hey,
Put a
country's
hat on."
popping.
Yeah.
You're gonna write a
think
country
lot
song
of it
now."
too is everyone's trying to find something to get noticed.
yeah.
So they're like, we joke around all the time. We're like, hey, dude, what if we did like a corrido song mixed in with
I'll listen,
POD?
homie.
See what I'm saying? And we always joke around like, that might be sweet.
Oh, somebody's here.
Uh-oh.
It's the cops.
The ghost, dude.
Yeah,
It's the ghost.
I think it's Ruben
it's
Torres.
the music
You got
industry.
followed.
You guys been talking shit
Shit
about us a
about us,
little
yeah,
too much
exactly.
now, bro.
Hey,
But
hey.
listen, man, it's not shit talking, dude. It's just an observation.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and only because almost 33 years later, you know, like we said, we're still working just as hard and hustling when we thought at this point in our life it was like, dude, we would be able to just kind of just
Yeah, fifth
kick
gear.
it. Yeah,
Fifth
fifth
gear,
gear a little bit.
Where these royalty checks at?
Yeah,
dog?
that's what I'm
Where are
saying.
they at? You know?
So until they figure out that the whole streaming thing, you know, first of all, it's criminal. But if they did that, it would just make things a lot easier, bro.
Yep.
And I think it would help out the fans as well, because now you look, everybody's hustling everything. Bundles this, bundles that, meet and greets. Like we used to do meet and greets for free back in the day. Now we're like, we're gonna charge to say what's up to our fans just because they're keeping us afloat.
They are, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's our true fans.
Yeah, true fans are the ones that go out and buy
they're
the
still
merch,
buying,
buy
yeah.
the albums,
they're
buy
buying
the
the
drops.
merch, yeah, all that stuff, bro.
Damn, you're painting a bleak picture for upcoming bands and
Nah,
the
they
music.
could. I mean, bro, they're the new babies of the new technology.
Yeah,
they're
they'll adapt.
doing it a
They're doing it
whole
their
different
own
way.
way now.
They're doing a
Different
whole
way,
different
yep.
way. They don't need labels and stuff
Yeah.
anymore. They're doing it in right, just like this.
Yeah.
We can record an album right here, right now.
Yeah,
That's it.
no
You can
instruments either.
record something.
No,
and put
yeah,
out
no
the
instruments.
same
And
thing.
with
to
your
be
computer,
100%
yeah.
on
Yep.
it, it's like we have to play radio shows because it's a political play.
Okay.
You know, like say like here in San Diego, it'd be like 91X
Go
or
ahead.
Rock 105.3 or whatever. But most kids now, they don't even listen to radio.
Radio.
I know, bro.
They're like, what's that?
Yeah.
My
trying to
kid
get
told
that
me the other
Fortnite
day-
show.
Dude, my kid the other day told me, I said, oh, yeah, there's a magazine. And he looked at me like, what's a magazine?
Magazine.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Right?
shit.
That's
I was like, oh, man.
crazy,
And I felt old at that time.
Double XL,
I
double
was
XL.
like, I'm
That was
officially
the
old,
moment.
bro. I was like, at that moment, I was like, oh,
You were
man.
officially old.
Snap.
And we
This-
are old guys.
This motherfucker's never gonna learn about Maxim magazine, dog. That was
Yeah.
but in all
Exactly, yeah,
reality,
teacher.
I am that old guy that never really kept up with new trends of music, like following new rock bands or following new this or that. I still stay with the fucking same bands that I like, and I just follow them and I listen to what they're putting out. You know, like Dogwood just played a show out in Georgia. I was like, that's
Big ups,
sick.
Dogwood.
Big ups, Josh. That's sick. Is a new album coming? He's like, maybe it's hard. You know, we're all adults. We all live in different parts of the world, blah, 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 to make it happen. I'm like, okay. I keep in touch with that kind, you know, like, oh, what's POD doing? Mostly bands from San Diego. You know, I'm like, what are
That's what's
these
up.
guys doing? What's Tribal Seeds doing?
think
You know,
we're all
like
that
shit
way.
like
Yeah,
that.
no,
Like,
same
I
here.
know all the
Yeah,
same.
so
I mean,
just-
he's good. He's good at that. Me, like I'm old school. I listen to what I like.
Yes.
And because there are a lot of things that are happening in the industry that I'm like, I'm not a fan of. I'm not out looking for, or I'm not too impressed. Not that I'm anybody, but he's good at.
You are somebody to
no,
somebody.
but you know what I'm saying. He's good at that. Like Marcos would be like, "Yo, check out this young band. I saw them. They're hot." And it's like, these guys are hot. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's like what he said earlier. He's like, dude, I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I saw this band. I'm like, dude, I'm hopeful that like they still got it. But I only see that for me right now. I see that mostly in like the hardcore scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the kids. It's those kids that it's still pure and it's like it's authentic. Everything else now that we're with the mask and everybody that's doing it, it's
Played out.
XYZ
Gimmicky.
equation,
It's real
bro.
gimmicky.
They
We've
just-
never been part of that theatrical side.
No.
We're more on the hardcore side. So when we see the Knock Looses and we see like bands like the Capras and these different bands, we're like sitting there going like, dang, dude, that reminds me of when we
Yeah.
were growing up, my childhood. And then I start going, how young are these guys? How do they know about this stuff? That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Like
Bringing it back.
Yeah, and that I
But
love
they just,
that.
I think,
Like when Turnstile came out.
yeah, I think they deserve it.
I had been listening to their old stuff, and then when they had their big
Yeah.
record, I was like, dude, this reminds me of like growing up, like what I loved.
And they're a Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah.
Dude, there's this hardcore band from Houston, Texas, right? And they're paisas like us.
Yeah,
and
Live.
shit.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Lie.
No, maybe, yes. And they start playing Ramon Ayala
Yeah.
as their intro.
Yeah.
I just stumbled
Those
across
are
it.
my
He sent me
homies.
the-
Bro,
yeah.
I stumbled across it and I was like, in la madre, dog. I was like,
I told
what is
Sonny about them.
this?
Their song's called Creepin', the one that has the
Bro.
Ramon Ayala in the beginning.
Yeah.
Dope ass song, dope ass presence, and then I just kind of started scrolling, and that's what you do. I'm in the bathroom in the morning, scrolling. I was like, "Oh, what's this? This is fucking interesting."
That band, I told these guys, that band has a lot of potential
Go ahead.
because of people like us. You get them playing the tribal things and
Yeah,
Chicano
yeah,
parks
yeah.
and around the hood. Everyone's be like,
bro.
these guys are killed. They're like the
For
Chicano
sure.
Paisa knocked loose. Dude. That's
Just
what
wait
I
till
say.
Beyonce has her hardcore album, though.
Yeah.
That shit's coming.
It's coming straight to the top.
As soon as it starts
Number
getting Taco
one.
Bell.
Oh, dude, bro, that's that from Alabama Shakes.
So when,
that
like,
what-
when will
that
we
what
be
you're talking about?
having
No, Beyonce.
Beyonce?
No,
really?
Beyonce's doing a hardcore
the
record.
homegirl, the singer for Alabama Shakes, is working on her hardcore record.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody loves country
I
now,
could've
though, bro.
swore I
We've been
saw her
Gwen
play
Stefani
So the
on
hardcore
country,
thing
bro.
might be the next thing.
Dude, that's sick, bro.
New country album coming next.
That's how far behind we are. We're gonna be doing a country record.
We just need a new
Gonna be
style
old.
of music for people to like create, you know?
Dude, there's people they're cross blending all this
Yeah.
stuff
I
now. I
feel
mean, there's
optimistic.
bands now, bro. They'll go from singing a country chorus straight into a death metal verse.
Yeah.
Bill
Like, it's
Murray.
crazy.
There's a band called Bill Murray.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That does that. It's like
saxophones and shit.
hardcore, and then it goes into like country pop.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they're crossing them all over.
I like the
which
bands,
is fine.
Yeah, I like the Mexican bands, like the norteño style, and then they start covering old school like 80s music, 90s music. Like, all right, I'm a weenie though. That's the kind of music I like. I like that
We
kind
actually
of shit,
just
bro.
met a band when we played a show down in Mexico City, and they were from Guadalajara. They're
ahead.
called Ladrones,
Ladrones.
and they sound
That
like
means thievery. BJ. Go
corridos.
ahead.
Gracias.
They're like corridos mixed with hardcore metal.
Oh, fuck, right up my alley, dog.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Right up my
I think they could be huge.
Yes.
And when you look at their following on Spotify already, and they haven't even broke through, they're already in the million.
Really? Wow.
So you're like sitting there going, these guys
ready.
they could get up in that peso pluma, but just on the hardcore tip,
Yeah.
metal tip.
There it
I didn't
is,
realize
man.
it was so hardcore down south, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, they love Morrissey,
Yeah.
the
They're
Smiths, the
like
Depeche Mode, the
hardcore.
Cure, and then they love Iron Maiden.
We love crime.
Slayer, and they love
We love
metal.
crime, bro.
And romantic music. They love all that
But with
too.
an
They'll
edge.
get it. Yeah, with an edge.
But with an edge.
Yeah, but
bro.
you'll see
Gang
the
is hard
video,
down
and she's
here.
like killing her lover, and then like big tuba in the background. Boom, boom, boom.
So what's next for POD?
Hey, well, speaking of, you were talking about old school San Diego and Josh and Dogwood and stuff. Marcos, you did a DJ thing with Josh.
With
Yeah,
Josh,
me,
yeah.
me and
Yeah.
Josh, we spun some records over at Friends of Friends in National City.
Very nice. Keeping it hood.
And we started just kind of reminiscing about the old days, and we started talking about like, because Dogwood just reunited, did Furnace Fest, and another friends of ours in a band called NIV.
No innocent victim.
They played Furnace Fest, and he was like, "Hey man, what do you
They've been
think
jamming.
about doing like a throwback show with POD, Dogwood, and NIV?" And I was like, "That would be fun, man. That would be awesome." And then I mentioned it to Sonny,
Yeah.
and now we're like brainstorming and throwing these wild ideas out. We're incorporating the emo brown
Well, that's why,
like vibe. We're like, you know what? What if emo brown could do something with us?
And that's
What
why
could
we're
we
trying.
do?
What you want me to do, dog?
We wanted. That's why
You want
we
to go to 6th grade camp?
You needed
Yeah,
you needed
Trey's
an
in-
accordion player.
Trey's in town. Trey's in town for a little bit. So we were. That's why we wanted to hit you up, because we know you got the warehouse headquarters here.
Emo Brown headquarters.
And then we're thinking maybe we'll do an old school,
throwback?
like POD, NIV, Dogwood,
way
all these flyers like we were talking about.
old
Just
school style, bro.
Yeah.
we'll set something up if it's cool with you, and
We're
then
gonna have to bring
we'll let people know.
Len and Jeremy from
Yeah.
somewhere.
There you go.
Get the old bodyguards or the old security guys.
Have you ever thrown a show like that? in the warehouse?
We've done comedy shows, and BJ's played there before, right? You've been out there jamming.
Yes, sir.
But oh my god, bro,
You could fit a couple hundred people.
We can fit.
Nice, intimate.
And the higher my voice goes,
You gotta check the
I
fire
think
code.
I have a
Shit.
date in my head.
go ahead, bro.
If we
Like
can
somebody
do
you're
this-
gonna bring or what?
I hope she's cute.
Oh, he's,
why
he's
does-
handsome.
Oh,
Why does it have? You're both wrong.
You're both wrong.
Why can't it be an it?
Oh, IT. Oh,
Get back
it's
to the
computer.
music.
because you're
What's the
studying
date?
IT. All right.
What's the date?
No, I was thinking because I was like, man, 'cause of
Before
our
Trey
schedule,
leaves?
Before Trey leaves. What about January 11th?
What about January 11th?
What about January
Yeah.
11th?
What day is January 11th?
I think it's a Saturday.
I
That way
Saladas.
it gets us through the holidays.
All right. Okay.
And then before we take off on some POD shows,
Yeah.
we'll just do like a fun.
Let's set up punk rock style, garage show style.
it's
in the
better to
warehouse
ask for
right here.
forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
That's
like
always
that.
been my approach, bro.
We've
Except with
heard that
Whitey.
on the
Except with
road.
Whitey. Whitey, mi respetos. Siempre va a haber permiso. Viejo. Te amo, te adoro. So, but I'm like, hey, what if? You know, what if we just
Can we
fuck
get
around
you to
and-
jump on stage and do Southtown with us?
To do what? Damn, dog, like break dance? Or when you need accordion on there, dog? Don't throw that.
Steve has been growing out his hair.
I'm
UPS
ready,
about to
bro.
fire
I'm
him.
ready.
like it.
Wow.
Good dude,
Let's
man.
do it, bro. Let's
Okay.
do it.
That's a sick
We'll
ass
figure it
widow's
out.
peak, homie. I didn't know you had one. Look at that thing.
homie.
Widow's Peak.
Looks like Eddie Munster.
Yeah. Why me? Throw it back on Marcos, not on me. What the
Hey,
fuck is wrong with you?
hey. That's
January
why he's
11th.
getting
January 11th.
haunted, man.
Hey,
No.
for real, we don't talk about
The
that.
monsters,
We don't
baby.
talk about the Ouija board either. January 11th, bro.
We can.
POD,
Let's do it.
That's like a
NIV,
month away. We can handle it.
Dogwood.
We're just building a bill now.
Bro,
We'll-
3 is enough.
Yeah, 3's good.
Pretty be good.
They want to do it. We'll hit
Oh,
them
yeah?
up. Yeah.
But maybe even Blossom opens up the show.
Maybe my son's band.
nice.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, now the wheels are just like, okay.
Hey.
Hell
First you had the old bull.
We just got to figure
Now you
out
got
if
the young
you're,
cat.
you know, if you're allowed to.
Allowed to what? Have kids here? Well, I
No,
mean,
no,
BJ
no,
can't
not
be around
kids.
because his ankle bracelet, but still, it'll be all right.
Even like
We don't know,
because
dude.
Josh, I know Josh has his
Wait a
food
minute,
truck.
Dad.
I
What
don't know.
happens if she's tired of the old bull?
You know what it
Hey,
is?
stick to the show, dude. We're talking Josh's food truck.
This is what we
Yeah.
can do. We can
Incorporate
set-
all your stuff.
We can create it around
That'd be
like
sick.
some sort of fundraiser. I know Youth of a Nation Foundation is something you
Yeah.
believe wholeheartedly in, and you have passion pushing forward those. We can do something where we find maybe a charity or a group of 6th graders that are trying to get monies to go to 6th grade camp.
we can do all that, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
we can get
That's
some
good, man.
bicycles,
and it won't
shit,
be
and then
mandatory,
wah,
but
wah,
we
wah.
just say, hey, throw a little donation
little
to get
money.
into the gig, and we'll give it all
All
to
right, let's talk logistics.
We'll
Who do we
figure it out.
invite? How do we invite?
Well-
I think we just shit the bed and we told the date.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, maybe
But
we'll
that's
edit
okay.
that part out and then
I
not
don't know.
tell anybody.
Or
and
maybe
then
we'll
just-
change the date. People can
Let's
think
not
it's
now
Now
done.
we
be
gotta make a
scared,
flyer.
man. Don't be
we'll make-
scared.
It has to be a
man.
flyer, dog.
Yeah.
It has
We
to
have
be a
to make a
flyer.
flyer.
It has
Can
to
we
be
gotta
do a
give us so
limited
much, hand it
edition
out.
beer?
Bro, we'll do a limited edition beer.
we
You could do that in a month.
All we need is a label. You'll be drinking Flama Blanca, but it's gonna be
No,
it's
do a
gonna be-
limited. Do a limited edition beer that actually, if you buy it like a 4-pack or whatever,
ahead.
that some of the proceeds go to or something.
We could figure
Yeah.
it. It's
Damn,
endless,
fool.
bro. It's endless.
Let's
Just make sure
stream
you-
it so nobody makes money.
Oh,
But yeah, we're not.
We're gonna write a country
it's all right.
song.
We're used to getting screwed over anyway.
No.
We can get
Oh.
Josh's food truck.
Yeah.
You know, we can go ahead, dude. This could work.
We got to talk about it. We'll
We
figure
could
it out.
Sonny Palooza, POD Palooza, bro. Southtown
Chula
Palooza.
Palooza.
Chulapalooza.
Chulapalooza.
Done.
You like
It's
that?
done.
Chulapalooza.
It's on, dude.
Chula
Chula
Palooza.
Palooza. That'll be the name
Well,
of the beer.
the other two
That'll be the
bands-
name of everything.
The name of
The other two
everything.
bands are from North County, right? Wasn't
Doesn't matter.
Dogwood
They're
and-
playing
Still
down
saying
here.
They're playing
We're
in
still
Chula.
saying
They're
it.
still playing
Chula.
down here. Josh,
Yeah.
that would be sick to have Dogwood down here, bro.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Dogwood, and
Yeah.
then when we opened the brewery, I found out that Josh was in the beer industry, like at Carl Strauss doing something, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna reach out to this fool, dog. I said, hey, what's up, man? I always wanted to play shows with you guys, but you always told me to go fuck myself. But
Hey, that's how we met.
but now it's like he's like legit friend of the show. He's
yeah.
on here all the
Awesome.
time, and
Yeah.
it's just exciting to go watch them play. It's exciting to build what we've built and had an opportunity to meet you gentlemen and get now an opportunity and to go watch you play and be like, oh, wow, these guys fucking sick. I hang out with this knucklehead. He still owes me outstanding bets for, you know, no big deal, no big deal, no big deal. So doing something like this, bro, that's full circle here in the hood. We don't need to tell anybody yet where it is, when it is, what time it is. Let's get that knocked
got a
down.
date,
It'll just be special. Like
It'll just be
yeah.
special, bro.
We gotta
old
let
school
the
days.
real fans get in though.
Okay.
Because my concern is because everyone's babies, mamas, mamas, all want to come to the show and their kids, friends, kids. Next thing you know, we got freaking, you know.
That's easy. No kids.
Yeah, we're limited. We're limited
Yeah.
here for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll figure that component on.
Because I know just with between all the bands and their children, that's 100 people right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Little private event, bro. Little private event.
We'll figure.
Shit, I'm excited to see you play, man.
We'll just price everybody out. We'll go the other direction. We'll go Fire Festival. It'll be like $1,000.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, if the Casbah can fit 300 people, we could fit 300 people in here.
The Casbah's small.
Oh, yeah.
But the The Casbah also has licenses to do these things, bro.
Yeah.
But we
Don't be scared. I know you know
be
people.
scared. Yeah, you
It's
know.
got to do like old school, man. There was no licenses
we'll
back
do
in.
Just pull the freaking
That's why they're
door
gonna
open and
think
let
we're doing it
people
on the
go
outside.
out into the.
Here's the beauty
We'll
of
do
it.
10 nights in a row.
Oh, shit.
residency.
We're located in an isolated area, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know where you're going to get here. Because you're not just going to stumble upon
Rave
where we're
style.
at.
Even then, Google Maps is going to
Call
screw
the
you up
number
and say
at
the
this
people
time.
Maybe everyone performs under a different band name, dog. You know, like, hey, we flip the
DOP.
band names, bro. Yeah, that's DOP. Yeah, they're dope, I hear, bro. You know, like, we just kind of flip the names, bro. On all. Well, we'll see. That'll be sick. Look at Sonny. I smell the brain cells burning here, bro.
That's good, man.
Maybe that's
That's the
just
cameras
easy.
catching on fire.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I think
bro.
we got something. Let's do it.
Brewing.
Okay, because we got to talk about your book next time you guys come in, dog. We got to talk about your upcoming DJ Marquito's on. We got to talk about all those things. Trey, we got to figure out a way to keep having you come out.
We got to let Trey talk.
No doubt, dude. Always.
Shit,
We gotta
man.
stop Trey from talking so much.
Yeah, dude. I had to mute you, dude.
This is cool, man. I feel like this is the beginning of something that could be super duper epic, man. And then there it is, bro. Old school, just Java style, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I was there. Okay,
That's
like,
what?
there you go.
Yeah,
Just
that's the vibe
man,
we're
that
trying
was-
to create. We want to do something like that.
Okay.
See, those are the.
So we got to throw a quince here, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that
You asked
But
me
we
about
also
things I
do-
remember. Those are
Yeah.
great times,
Bro,
man.
having everyone
Java.
just flow out into
Yeah.
3rd Avenue, bro.
Yeah.
The fucking
Those
fire
are good
department
old
losing
days,
their
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
Police are like, hey, what's going on here? And that's just crazy.
That's when it was real, man.
Yeah. Shooting the Southtown video, was it the same way? Like, because everybody was out there. I remember people left school to go down and be in that video
Yeah.
shoot. I remember a band named Logos. And
Logos, I remember
they went
Logos.
to
Yeah.
school with me, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the POD shoot. They're doing a video." And then they'll show me like, "Look, that's me." I was like, that's sick as shit, dude.
sick.
So I mean, those kinds of things, having that same energy, everything that we've discussed today, that you feel that music lacks, these new bands lack, is something you can bring back just like that, dude. It's a flip of a switch, bro.
And I think a lot of it's just the mentality, and there are kids doing it. And like I said, I see that mostly in the hardcore scene where they're the ones who haven't been jaded and hasn't been. It's not about just entertainment. They're like, that's what I think why we fell in love with the hardcore scene when we were kids, because they were real and everybody was respected. Whatever you believed in, whatever you had the balls to say, you said it. And and even if we didn't agree, we sat there and like,
Yeah.
you know what?
They
These
didn't take
guys can play,
themselves
though.
too serious either.
Yeah.
They would be heckling going along.
Oh, sure.
You know, hecklers at shows.
Is that what you want, dog?
yeah.
Say
No
less. Say
heck-
less. Say less.
No hecklers.
32, 33 years into the game, have you guys been keeping like a running diary, running documentary, running film, running something, keeping track of what
Funny
you've
that
done?
you say that, because we have a friend that's been helping us document certain things, and we're trying to put some stuff together. And it's the same guy that shot our first video. Say
Okay.
Independent video, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're trying to piece it all together and figure out what we're trying to create, because we don't really know. We say
Yeah.
it could be this, it could be that, but it's kind of just taking on a life of its own.
Good. That's the way it should do it.
Yeah, all that.
And you never know. We might have to document whatever we do together.
May have to do that.
Yeah.
Shit, I feel like there's like layers being peeled back today, man. BJ, you picked a good day to show up.
Yeah, I'm glad.
How do you, BJ? Looking forward to everything we talked about today to happen, bro.
man.
We're
Yeah,
hoping it
let's
all
do it.
comes to
Definitely.
fruition.
Yep.
Awesome to sit down and finally get to meet you, bro. You have no
Great to meet you
idea.
too, man.
You have no idea how long I've been a fan, and just fuck.
Awesome.
There's fans, and then there's like next level fans. My wife, dog, she's like, I went to see Sonny sign autographs at Miller's Outpost. Yeah, like
No
yeah,
way.
dude. Yeah,
Miller's
like,
Outpost.
That was for
bro.
the Jefe brand.
Was that what it- that's
clothing?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we have the creator of Jefe here, right?
Yeah.
He's in the crowd right
Gentlemen,
looking at-
Ruben Torres.
Yeah.
It's crazy the
Late as
lineage,
usual.
bro. The lineage and the roots that you guys have here in just not only just Southern California, not even just San Diego, bro. Not even just like Chula Vista, which is really like all of the South Bay, all of the Southtown. Everybody takes great pride and is super like excited and stoked when you guys do something. What you guys have done, just the guys you represent yourself, that you put on for the city. I don't know what that
Thank you,
means. The
bro.
kids say it, I think.
I put on for my
But you
city.
put on for you guys' city, man.
You know what's crazy is like
Thank you, bro.
there's not many people or bands that do that.
Hmm.
I feel like sometimes I'm like, man, we've been that band.
Yeah.
We've never stopped being
Yeah.
that band, and we're still that band. So it's kind of like,
Always
and
represented.
it's noticeable when we go down to South America or around the world. You're like, there's people wearing Padre SD hats.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like,
All
you're
over
like,
the
and
world.
you're like sitting there going, dude, what's up? Oh, I ordered it online because I love you guys.
Where's
I'm
my
like,
royalties? Where's my cash at, man?
Oh yeah.
You didn't
Where's
stream
the-
that hat, did you?
Where is the best place for you guys to play that you enjoy the most? What brings out the most from you guys on stage, excluding San Diego? Excluding San Diego.
I mean, South America
All
is
right.
just
I
a
was gonna
beast
say the
of its
same.
own, man.
Where?
Like,
Where? Brazil?
Well, it's hard because Brazil is
Everybody's
hardcore,
awesome,
but
yeah.
Colombia,
Yeah.
Chile,
Chile.
I mean, Argentina, they're all great, man.
I feel Colombia.
They're
Everyone's
very
already hyped.
passionate, dude.
Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
Like they're passionate in everything with their
Yes.
food, like their music, and once they latch onto a band and that band comes on there, it's like Beatlemania for POD. Like we
That's
sit there and
nuts, man.
it really trips us out because we'll be like, dude, it's 4 a.m. We just landed.
And they're waiting for you at
And
the
there-
airport.
people,
there-
that's
there's
crazy.
people
Airport,
waiting
yeah.
at the airport. Sonny, Traa.
Like,
They call you trouble.
I'm like, how'd you guys find out what we was flying into?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you found out.
it, bro.
But
And then they
they're
keep me on my
passionate, bro.
toes with my Spanish. They're like, hey, I'm like,
You don't speak. You speak Spanish. I've shit on you in Spanish.
I speak Spanglish.
It's a different
Little
thing.
different.
It is a
I'm
different
like-
thing.
He's a little insecure on
I
his
am.
Spanish.
I
bro.
Oh,
am,
say
am.
less, bro.
I
You
am.
want hecklers at your next show? You're insecure about Spanish? I'm gonna go to the lab and just come out with 5 minutes of pure heckling for fucking models, bro. You can look at me like that all you
goes
want.
on the
but
radio and they
cancel
call
you
him
again,
Marco.
homie. We'll cancel you again, homie. Let's
I'm
do
outta
it.
here,
Yeah,
man.
I'm out of here. It was over before it even started.
Cancel the show.
So yes, excited,
times.
bro. This
Can
is
I
great
get my
time.
own beer called Canceled?
Yeah, it's just a can.
Yeah.
Canceled, bro. Yeah, if you want that beer, man, we'll make a tribute beer for this. Shit, we'll
do
make a
that.
tribute beer for POD, bro. I don't know what the rules are with all that, but we'll
Yeah,
do
but
that.
Sonny,
talk
the thing
about
is,
it.
Sonny's a snob when it comes to beer. And
Go
he
ahead.
loves-
He's a
he
bougie
loves
beer
IPAs.
drinker.
What's your
dude.
favorite style of beer?
As far as like IPAs and
You like IPAs? Okay.
No, I love IPAs just for the flavor, but you know, they're getting heavier and heavier these days.
Yeah, bro.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
So you want
I
a
love
light
the
IPA.
flavor.
Okay.
So heavy, bro.
So heavy.
Freaking heavy.
Just like my
But you know, if you're just working in the yard, you know what I mean? Like, there's too heavy.
So those are called lawnmower beers.
Lawnmower
They are.
beer.
They are.
Yeah,
They're called
exactly.
like a 4-pack of like a gardening, cutting your grass, mowing
nice
your lawn.
Kolsch, maybe.
Yeah, a nice Kolsch, bro. You know, we'll figure
Look at
something
the
out.
Czech guy
Yeah.
talking over
I like
there.
that. Hey, check out
like
the
it.
beer guy.
Check it
dog.
out.
Check it out. That's something we can definitely do. All right.
Let's do a euthanasia.
Lawn beer.
And we'll do like, you know, we'll split the.
There's no splitting on. It all goes to you, the foundation, and handle the shit. Yeah. Do it. We'll make all these wild dreams come
Yeah,
true.
yeah. We're just this dream session. Right
That's
now.
what it is right now. I feel like I need weed. Respectfully.
Respectfully, man.
We're riffing, dude. We're riffing.
I might know a guy.
We're just really.
We're riffing, bro.
Thank you guys for making time to come down
Yeah,
here.
dude.
man.
Thank you
Thank
for
you guys
having
for
us,
like
dude.
letting us know
Yeah.
what the fuck we're gonna be doing soon. I like
that's
that,
it.
man. We got to figure out that stage can hold everybody. Nah, we got to see it. We gotta
If
make
just
it.
Java can
Tell you what, I'll
handle
throw a
it,
warm up
Yeah.
show.
that's a coffee
Have a
shop.
coffee shop.
Well, hey, we'll be the opening act. Hey, everybody.
Why don't you
DJ
put,
and his guitar
put
and
your
Steven
punk
is a
rock
pro-
band together and open
man,
up?
I can't do that anymore. That's retired. Fool. We're canceled now.
What was the
We're
name of your
canceled.
band?
We were in a band called 3-Piece Scandal, bro. Chula Vista's very own también. Yeah, it was a fun time. You bring up Switchfoot, dog, and then I always tell this story because we were in a battle of bands before Switchfoot was Switchfoot, and Switchfoot was sick. You know, they were a dope ass band. I'm sure they still are.
What were they called?
They were still called Switchfoot back
called
then.
Foot Switch.
And we were at
Switch.
Battle of the Bands. We made it to the top level. We made it to the finals, and the finals was at Coors Amphitheater. It was Blink-182 playing and Green Day and The Living End. And I think first place, whoever won, got to tour with these guys. They got to tour with fucking Green Day and Blink. Huge, bro. We got there. We were out of our league, bro. We were fish out of water. Mexicans can't swing in the first place, so we were like, oh man. Switchfoot's playing on the other stage, and everyone's like, "Oh, these guys rip." So we lost, and I was like, "Oh, good for them, dog. That's sick."
Dude, we lost to Bad Mood Zeus.
Bad Mood
91X
Zeus.
Battle of
I
the
remember
Bands,
that,
dude,
yeah.
at Belly Up.
Bad Moon Zeus. I don't think I ever heard of
Who were
those
they?
guys. Yeah.
Here's what's
That's what I was about to
hey,
say.
it was
How'd it work out for them, huh?
Hey,
was-
Sonny dropping dick to them. Yeah, where they at?
you know what's
Where
funny?
they at?
Where's the punk dude?
Well, what's
20
funny
years, who's
about
gonna
that
care?
though is that the crowd was chanting POD the whole time.
because they knew we weren't even 21. We couldn't even get in the bar. It was belly up, right? Yeah, we had to sit outside.
I wasn't even in band then. I don't think.
So we were still new. We had to
band.
sit outside.
Yeah, you
when it was time to play, we
Yeah.
went on, and then as soon as we were done, we had to leave.
And when they announced the winner, the whole crowd, boo!
Everyone left.
Everybody was
Peace.
pissed.
No, they knew
that
that we.
the judges had to leave because they were scared.
It was a
Hit that,
91X Battle of the Bands.
Shit,
Even the crowd
bro.
knew that.
All right, we're not going to tell 91X about the show then. They're
Nah,
not.
we love
Yeah, tell
Hillary.
everybody.
Come on,
Hillary,
girl. Hillary, what's
yeah,
up,
yeah.
girl?
We've had Hillary
No,
on
I
the
had nothing
podcast.
to do with
Everybody
91X.
knows.
Friend of the show,
We
friend of the
fuck with
show.
Hillary. Yeah, friend of the show, bro.
all
We
love
mess
now.
with
No, we
Hillary,
love
dog.
Hillary, yeah.
I always had a question. And because I had Theo Bobby on here the other day before we wrap it up. I had Theo Bobby on here the other day.
Gandalf?
And he was telling me, respectfully. And he was telling me all about how the brand started and how, they were located conveniently right next to Soma. And people would start recognizing like, oh shit, this is a cool little streetwear shop. And bands would slowly start kind of spreading the word of mouth style, dog, ludicrous style, just kind of saying, hey, if you're in San Diego and if you're playing Soma, make sure you pay Tribal a visit and get some gear. How did you guys get linked up initially with Tribal
It was
and
from
Theo
Soma.
Bobby? ¿También?
We were right next door, remember?
Yeah,
And
we played
Wolf
with
found
Marina.
out where they
Marina
were.
Boulevard.
Well, we knew. I mean, we all knew. Ruben knew too. I think Ruben, I think he just took us. I think we went at one point. We just went over there. It was the old warehouse, but we were still kind of selling ourselves like, hey, we're a new band. We've been playing, and
We weren't
just,
even talking about. We were talking to Carl.
just like,
Okay.
be on the
Exactly.
lookout. You know what I mean? Because we love your
The other
guys'
brother,
gear.
We would go play shows at Soma and then walk. Hey, let's go over to Tribal and say what's up.
But I think it was because like Cypress was rocking, and
Yeah.
and I think we were told them, we were like, you guys aren't, you don't have no bands from San Diego. Like we're
That's right.
we're
You
that
put the
band.
SD cards.
Yeah, we're
Fast.
that band, and so I think they were just kind of looking out for us at
I
that
remember they all
point.
looked like kids too.
Yeah.
I
I think
think
they
it was
might
so
have-
long ago. They just looked like young.
Yeah, they might have thrown
kids.
us a little
I was
bit,
like,
but
wow.
obviously when we continue to get a name in San Diego, then they've always shown us love.
Because you
That's
guys
what
have
you said.
always shown them love.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
have always
Oh,
shown
dude,
Tribal
people
love, bro.
people around the world think that we own Tribal.
Yeah, okay. That makes
They
sense,
do.
bro.
No, it's
They
all
think
good.
it's our company. We're
Well,
like, I
you guys
wish,
aren't- you're
Holmes.
wearing the ring, fool.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's here wearing rings. Unite. You know, getting
Power Rangers.
You gotta get yours, or Jay's gotta get his while he's here.
No, that's cool, man.
Yes.
I love it when our city takes care of their own. For
Yeah.
me, I'm a big fan of that. Regardless of like what industry it is, I just love when people like within our community, people who look like us, who talk like us, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You guys were the first guys that look like us that made it to that level on MTV, on TRL, hanging out with Carson Daly and shit. Dog. I was that fool calling, hey man, fucking
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff is just awesome. And maybe it doesn't go too noticed by you guys because you've been involved in it so long, but it's that kind of thing that people look to still and be like, oh shit, these guys do it. I can do
what's
it.
up.
I'm
Yeah,
from the same community.
100%.
I speak the same language. Like I kind of look the same because what you guys did, I feel like separates you guys from other rock stars from San Diego. Is you put our culture on display before it was cool to know what our culture was all about. You know, like the lowrider scene,
Yeah.
the jeans, the beachy khakis, the fucking chucks, the black shirt, the puka shells. I saw you. The puka shells, it's the flat bill hat, all the lowriders. All of that is something that for us was just second nature. You know, everybody had a cousin or Theo had a lowrider,
Yeah.
dressed a certain way, talked a certain way. But then you guys did it, and then everyone around the country saw it. And then at that point, it was like, oh
That's what's
shit,
up, bro.
these fools get down.
You
What are
done-
they all
You
about?
just said it all right
Yeah.
there, dude.
And you
That's-
took that shit across the world.
And we still do,
a beautiful
man.
thing.
And that's like we were talking to our manager, and he was like, "Yeah, a lot of people, with the art and the culture, they don't understand it. They think it's a religious thing,
Yeah.
Or they think also, I'm like, actually, that's just a part of life, dude.
Yeah.
If you come to our neighborhood, that's just what it is. The lowriders, the lowrider bikes, the Marys, all the like different
Dead
murals and
graffiti,
stuff, and he's like, yeah, but a lot of people over here, if they saw that, they think, oh, this guy's just a religious gangbanger or something.
Because you
know
guys
what I
were
mean?
pigeonholed and just labeled right out the gate Christian rock.
Yeah, a million things though. You know what I mean? But we kind of embraced it all, and just we're still.
But you know
here.
what? That's kind of cool because if you think about it, that's how different we were. Anyways, we were racially mixed.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to label you guys,
Yeah.
bro. They were just throwing everything out. And you're like,
everything. Everything.
Check this out. The funniest thing I ever heard was when the people from Atlantic Records were like, "Yeah, we're just so used to like really skinny, frumpy little weakling rock stars that can barely. you guys are all pretty big. Remember that? And they're like, well, dude, this is just our body type, bro. Like,
Sorry.
we eat tacos and tortillas and frijoles.
People
man.
build pyramids, homie. That's how we got this body, dog. Like, and yeah, there's burritos and there's tacos.
And there's
all.
cerveza.
And the
Yeah,
tattoos
bro.
too. 'Cause nobody was rocking tattoos back
That's
then.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's legit for me. It was like, oh, cool. Like,
Not like these dudes were.
it's like these guys are doing something that for us is normal, but
Yeah,
for
it was.
everyone out there is like, who are these hooligans?
Yeah.
Where are these guys from? Is this what people in San Diego look like? And then you guys did your cribs, dog. That just blew everyone's mind away. It was like, for me, it was like, it's like I always knew you guys because you guys just all seemed like cousins. Because you guys were all from down here. It's like, they're from down there. Everybody
The
knows
funniest
that.
part
That's
about
good.
that, Cribs, was that wasn't no plan either. The flat tire,
Nah.
that was not a plan. That was just
Rolling down the
life
street.
in.
That's just Southtown living, baby.
Trying to get home.
And that San Diego scene, if you think about it, think about Soma. Lynn used to strategically put bands from different parts of the city together on shows just to bring in their crowd. And he used to love POD because he'd be like, you guys are bringing the South.
Yeah.
The South.
You're bringing all the
And
Mexicans.
then we would
fool.
play shows.
And them fools travel deep.
We might be opening the show, but he remember it was like us, Sprung Monkey, Daddy Longlegs.
You would bring in Green Box from-
Green Box or
Green Box.
Blink 182. There was all these weird shows we did, and
Bring
it
all
would
the
be
power.
packed, 3,000 people, because there's people from North County.
Everybody
people
brought their
from
hood with
East.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody brought their hood with them, bro. We're gonna
out.
do that here. We're gonna do that.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We're gonna bring everybody out here. BJ, cut this before it gets crazy, dog. Oh, let it get crazy. Thank you again, bro. I feel like I crossed checked every box that I wanted to make sure. Obviously, there's gonna be more questions, but.
Yeah.
We'll
there'll
do
be
another
more interviews.
episode.
We'll do
Again.
more episodes. We'll run it all back. Thank you guys for making time out of your busy
Hey,
days
man.
to go
Hey,
come out
we
here, sit
love
on the
you, man.
cancel.
Thank you so
Igualmente,
much, bro.
dog. You already
Yeah.
know, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, Payable on Death, POD.